Hey, everybody, this is Jeffrey Wilcoxon with Matador Digital. We have the pleasure today to talk with TJ and Alex from Bloodline Sports. Hey, welcome, guys.
Hello.
Hello.
How's
Jeffrey.
it going?
It's going great. Well, we're excited to be talking to Bloodline Sports. They have a new business, a new website, a new opportunity for amateur athletes. So tell us a little bit about Bloodline Sports and why it's important to you guys.
Well, what our main goal is to get kids to college. College is not cheap nowadays, and there's a lot of avenues to get athletes to schools that have money that will pay for their education, and we want to get them to the right location. And I just think that we have the experience and the connections to do it, and we're very passionate about it.
So our three pillars are guidance, development, and promotion. So those are the things that we're going to concentrate on. And I think, as TJ was saying, our goal here is to show kids all of their options, because a lot of kids sell themselves short. Some, set their sights on one school that may be unattainable, and that doesn't happen, so they shut down. So we want to show them that there's a lot of other options, keep those options open, and that's where we come in to explore those different avenues and share with the kids that, you have a bunch of different options. Don't get locked into one thing. So.
Yeah.
That's great.
There's so many. The thing is, I'm in Arizona, Alex is in California, but there's obviously more schools in California, but in Arizona, but there's so many schools to the east of us, like just the Midwest. Illinois, Missouri. You're talking 20, 30, 40 colleges in each of those states that have good sports programs and good coaches that care. And it's, I think that, so I coach in the Arizona Collegiate League. I got 3 kids that don't have a school that should be playing at the next level, that will be playing at the next level. But it blows my mind because I think they're not working on it hard enough. And that's the part of what Bloodline Sports is we're going to request, is that we want the kids have to do it. This started with Tom Brady. Tom Brady had nowhere to go play, nowhere. And his dad just sent videos, boom, 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 boom. And he played 1 year at Michigan, and now he's arguably the greatest quarterback of all time. But so the kids have to do it. The parents have to do it. But we want to be the resource for it, the avenue, and that will provide for them and, get them to, a great education and a great experience to play collegiate sports.
That's great. You both talked about experience and the experience that you bring to this business and helping amateur athletes. Tell us a little bit about your background in terms of sports or business or education.
Yeah, well, Alex and I were teammates in Irvine at Concordia. We both played college baseball. We both have coached for many, many years. Which it's a passion of ours to mold young gentlemen and young kids into gentlemen. And it's just, it's like I said, it's a passion. We love coaching. We love the game. We love all the sports. And so we want to branch out, but our focus right now is baseball, but we get into golf, volleyball, what else? Softball. Yeah.
And I think it's important. You mentioned our experiences. We both did the junior college. We both did the transfer to the 4-year. So we're familiar with the junior college system. We know what it's like to start over and go to a new school. I went to Concordia, like TJ said, and I wasn't real familiar with it at the time. I got an offer. I did a little research, and a lot of things happen when you least expect them. So that's another thing we want to make sure the kids are aware of. It's not over. If you think that door is shut, you keep pounding on it, and you let us help you. And our job is to get you there, get you not only to the next level, but a lot of what we do is get you to the right place at the next level.
Absolutely.
Well, it's only been a few years since you both went through this process. So I'm sure things have changed. What are some of the factors or some of the obstacles that the student athletes are facing today in regards to getting to that next level, moving from high school to college?
I think for the kid themselves, it's the connections, it's the reaching out. A lot of kids don't know how to write an email, and it's, which is kind of
They don't
sad.
even look at their
Yeah,
emails.
they all they do is text. If the kid has to get on the phone and have a conversation with the coach, that's part of our guidance. We'll talk to them about it. We'll have conversations on the phone with them. You know what? On our website, we have a template how to send an email to a coach, what coaches are looking for, what you should include, how long it should be. So I think the communication process has changed a lot. When we were younger, we didn't have a problem looking a guy in the eye and talking to him and shaking his hand. And I think we've lost some of that because of the whole technology cell phone deal. So video is important, obviously, get your video out there, but it's also that interpersonal stuff that I think, as a coach for me, that tells me a lot about a kid, the way they interact with adults and coaches and teammates and things like that.
Yeah, and I would emphasize when we were going through it, the coaches reached out to us. The coaches, and I don't mean this in a derogatory form, but I think they've gotten lazy just because of the the internet and everything is so what they've done is they're looking for kids to reach out to them. So instead of them recruiting, like the kid needs to recruit himself. So it's boom, boom, video. I mean, my son put a video together, and within 8 minutes, he had a scholarship just from a YouTube video that was a minute and a half. And so that's what they're looking for. Plus, it shows it shows the coaches that they care, that they want to do. I mean, I coached the other night. We had a playoff game. I said, "Who wants the ball tomorrow on the mound? Who wants to pitch?" Got no answers. So that tells me that nobody really wanted to do it. But then the one kid finally said, "I got it. I'll take it." There you go. And so that's what I think. I think that's the dynamic that has changed so much from when we were growing up, where literally the coaches would call your home phone when we had home phone telephones. and now it's like the kid needs to do it. Boom, boom, boom. Send the videos. And that's what we want to do, is provide that avenue. Give us your videos. We have the connections. We know the people all over the country, and we'll get you to the right spot. That's what we're looking for.
That's great. So we know in this process, there's two parties involved. There's the student athlete, but also the parents. Any advice that you have for parents in terms of helping to mentor and encourage their student athlete?
Get out of the way. Parents need to get out of the way. They need to encourage their kids, be parents. But as far as when it comes to talking with coaches, ask the kid what he wants or she wants. It shouldn't be what the parent wants, because the kids are going to know what they want, and let them do it. That would be my advice, because it's just, coaching from 15-year-olds to 23-year-olds, it's just, I think the parents are the ones that either make or break the situation. And the more they're out of it and let the coaches do what the coaches do, the better.
And it's hard because the parents, we understand, are fully invested. Obviously, they want the best for their son or daughter, but sometimes less is more. Let the young person kind of drive that process and be there to assist and answer questions and get them to the right place. But let the young person be the driving force in the process.
Yeah, but going back to that, Jeffrey, is the college coaches never ask me what their batting average is, but they always want to ask about the parents, the family, the person, because inevitably that college coach is bringing that kid onto the university, and he has to accept that he's responsible for that person being on the university. So they can tell if the kid can play or not. but they want to know what kind of environment they're coming from, what kind of parents they have, what kind of grades they have. I mean, like I said, they're more interested in their GPA than their batting average.
Well, we just watched a video on a D1 scout who says he goes in plain clothes, no hat, nothing, and he'll just look in the dugout and watch the parents.
Yeah.
See, well,
He lives.
yeah, he's like, I'll just, if a parent's out of control, I don't care how good that kid is. I'm not bringing that parent to my campus, to my team. So he says he just goes incognito and just watches the kid in the dugout. When he strikes out, does he go throw his helmet against the wall? Does he pick up a teammate? And then he says half the time I'm watching the stands to see how the parents are behaving.
Yeah.
So,
And that's when I say parents get out of the way, that's all it means, is just when the game's on, just relax and just support the whole team. Don't just support your kids, support the whole team. And that goes a long way.
That's helpful. Very insightful. So where did the name Bloodline come from, and what is its significance?
It's a good question.
well, I think the whole bloodline thing is it's within you. Okay. Whether it comes from dad, mom, maybe you are starting the bloodline. Maybe your parents weren't into sports. The bloodline can begin with you, but it's something that comes from within. There's a little write-up on the website where it's in you, but that doesn't mean it's going to happen. You still have to work. It's just like potential. If you have the potential and don't work at it, you're never going to realize that potential. So I think the whole idea with bloodline is that it's within you. You're either in the bloodline or you're starting it.
Yeah, and just kind of whatever pumps, you got to get something pumping inside you. It's a motivational thing, and what we're trying to do is we want kids to want to be a bloodliner. Okay, so it's a trophy basically. It's a something that you've achieved, that you're a bloodliner, so you're a little bit separated from the rest, and that's why we had that name, and we want, like I said, we want kids to go, oh, he's a bloodliner. Look at it. He's got a bloodliner shirt on. I want to be one.
That's what we want. Work harder to do that.
Yeah.
It's even better.
Yep.
So
That's great. You mentioned the website. The website has lots of information for both student athletes and parents. It's going to have pricing and just really talk about your service. But is there anything else about the website that you wanted to cover on today's call?
Well, what we want to know, we want to let the parents know that this is a very interactive. This is not just a money grab. We're not just trying to have you post your videos and then we do nothing. We are going to be extremely active in pursuing all the coaches that we know, from California to Louisiana. We're trying to get out far east to Florida and South Carolina and North Carolina, but we have so many connections that we're constantly calling. Every week we're talking to another college coach. Hey, you got to look at this guy. You got to look at this guy. And that's what we want to let them know, that obviously we're going to charge for the services, but it's going to be worth it, because my son's leaving. We'll pause it.
you're right.
That's exciting.
But yeah, it's $40,000 a year, and we're not going to have to pay for it.
Wow.
And another thing is, it's going to be a little more personal, I think, than a lot of the other ones. We're not just trying to get a kid to a college. We're going to talk to the student. We're going to talk to the parents and what is the best fit for them. And that's where we're going to reach out to. And we may talk to them about a college that they've never heard of, and that might end up being their dream school and working out great. So we're going to have a little more dialogue, I think, with the families than most of the other sites where you just post a picture or a batting average. So,
well, it's really clear. I mean, Bloodline provides a service that is so needed today in this changing landscape. The way you talked about recruiters and coaches, how they're interacting with student athletes, how things have changed since both of you were playing baseball in college, and just the rise of social media, and just really how communication happens between student athletes and recruiters. This is definitely needed. Alex, TJ, thank you both so much for your time. We're excited to have a preview into Bloodline Sports And thank you. Have a great afternoon.
Thank you,
Thanks, Jeffrey.
Thanks.